All right, we are getting 900 horsepower Pro 4s on the track. Cowboy walking down the line. I am excited. I'm over the announcements. I am over the play-by-play. We're getting ready to get rough and tumble. We're getting rowdy here with Pro 4s. It's about to get violent in turn number 1. It is going to be an all-out 900 horsepower slugfest here at Crandon. If you aren't ready for a fist fight, you need to go to your car and go home right now because these Pro 4s are going to be brutal. It is going to be action-packed on the track. We're getting ready to go green flag racing, and this is what is Crandon.
Pro 4 900 plus horsepower coming into the famous Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1, Jim.
And it looks like Andrew Carlson and one of the Greaves trucks out front. Whoa!
Oh!
Whole shot hook into the wall hard in the number 10.
You wonder how much damage is done to that right side of whole shot hooks. And oh man,
look at that.
CJ Greaves dives bombs Andrew Carlson in that FXR Ford, and man, just moved him out of the way.
Andrew Carlson, man on a mission right now. Your current leader, it is Johnny Greaves, CJ Greaves. They're in the second, third spot. RJ Anderson putting some pressure there on CJ Greaves.
Man, Andrew Carlson, what a start for that FXR Ford number 15, a former Kyle LeDuc truck. One of the trucks that Kyle LeDuc has built, he is now piloting and doing a very, very fine job.
And number 15 FXR on rails right now. Andrew Carlson looking for his maiden Pro 4 victory. Learned a lot from the Greaves last season in his very first year, and now he is putting on a clinic. He has Johnny and CJ Greaves, the teacher, in his rearview mirror. Andrew Carlson on rails right now early on.
Yeah, anytime that you have the Greaves breathing down your back, you better put your foot down on the log pedal because they are coming.
We are slated to go 14 laps here on the short track. We got 1 in, almost 2 in. Right now, Andrew Carlson just sending it with a legend Johnny Greaves on his bumper and CJ Greaves on his dad's bumper. But right now, it is all Andrew Carlson out front. You got RJ Anderson. He is stalking the Greaves sitting there in the 4th spot as well.
Man, just as you say, RJ, he bonsai'd off that Polaris jump. Johnny Greaves still running in the 2nd spot. Earlier contact with Andrew Carlson. CJ Greaves finds himself in 3rd.
Oh, and look at that. Big mistake there by Johnny Greaves. You don't see that very often. Johnny looked like he's a little angry now.
Yeah, usually it's off track, off the gas, but Johnny held her to the floor and tried not to lose a spot. But CJ Greaves now, his eyes are set on Andrew Carlson. Truck's working really well, Jim.
Andrew Carlson, wow. I mean, where did this Andrew Carlson come from? We know he's been getting quick, but right now, he is absolutely on rails. He is on fire in that number 15 FXR truck.
Yeah, definitely on fire in a good way, Jim. He's really working his way around this beautiful facility in Crandon once again. And RJ Anderson, you talked about him earlier. He's just one of the biggest, baddest drivers in the world as well. Does a lot of work with Polaris, and he's just all around a great dude, and he knows how to drive just about anything.
Yeah, RJ Anderson, we talked about him earlier, working his way up through the ranks of the mod carts, all the way up through UTV racing, Pro Light. Now he's running Pro 2 and Pro 4 full time. And look at Johnny Greaves trying to get back around RJ Anderson. And it looks like he is over that Polaris Razor jump.
Yeah, Johnny Greaves not too happy what happened earlier on.
We are 4 in of 14 right now. Current leader, Andrew Carlson.
I don't know, it's hard to tell, Jim, but it looks like the left front of RJ Anderson might be towed in.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a suspension problem there.
Yeah, definitely.
Something broke on the front of that RJ Anderson truck. Definitely a tough break for him. Who's not having a tough break right now, though, is Andrew Carlson. CJ Greaves trying to hunt him down, but not having any success yet. Johnny Greaves, a little bit of chip on his shoulder from that earlier mishap. Looks like he is flying also.
We talked about how the trucks were dancing off that Polaris jump, and you can see even Johnny Greaves, he's nose diving, so maybe they changed the lip on the jump. So I don't know, it's everybody's racetrack at the same time. You really just have to pick the fast line away. Boy, CJ Greaves in that Monster Energy Toyota, Maxxis tires on board. Oh, man!
And both of them go around. I don't know if that was CJ giving Andrew a little bit of help there, or if
like
they just
unison.
both spun in unison. But right now, the beneficiary of all of that madness is the number 22 of Johnny Greaves, who now has a massive lead over the rest of the field. Wow, huge lead, and it looks like Andrew Carlson spinning again there off in the distance.
So maybe there's a front-wheel drive issue, Jim. We see that a lot in Pro 4. If they have a hard time negotiating those turns, when you get rid of front-wheel drive, if it breaks, you cannot drive one of these things.
So right now, your running order, it is Johnny Greaves, Travis Dinsmore, and CJ Greaves in the top three. Travis Dinsmore keeping it nice and clean, and he's found his way into a podium spot potentially.
Yeah, that City Homes Ford had a tough break to begin the season last year. He ended off the barn jump really bad, but that crew got it all back together. The Dinsmore Racing team knows what they're doing. They've been around off-road racing pretty much their whole life, so watch as Travis Dinsmore moves to the front throughout the season.
All right, so we are at the halfway point here. We got the caution coming out here to mark the halfway point. We're going to re-rack. We're going to restack these guys. Looks like the reason for the caution was a spin. But here is a recap of Andrew Carlson.
We'll see if those front wheels are digging.
Yeah, well,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell, but he spun, and CJ there was no contact. CJ just kind of followed him around. Looked like he had a spin of his own in the making. Just happened to happen at the same time, something you don't see very often, which is crazy because we've seen a mistake from both CJ and Johnny Greaves in the same race.
Yeah, you normally don't see that in a whole season.
So right now, it is Johnny Greaves, CJ Greaves, and Travis Dinsmore in our top three. And with more on this race, here's Tiffany Stone.
I had a chance to talk to Johnny Greaves earlier yesterday, and he was telling me about how he was excited to do the short course. It was something a little bit different because usually they're running on that long course. But watching Johnny Greaves year after year, that guy is an amazing driver. Very methodical. It's a little bit different than what you see with him and CJ, but Johnny is one to watch. Johnny makes his moves. He is very calculated, but then when he has that chance, he does capitalize on everything, and he is a great one to watch. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And I think the easiest way to explain Johnny Greaves would be the cerebral assassin. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you know what I'm talking about. But Johnny Greaves, absolutely, man. This guy, he's not real exuberant. He sits back, he waits, he picks people apart, and when he sees the time to strike, he's like a lion coming out of the grass. He just is all over you. Johnny Greaves right now, he is all over the front of this pack, leading CJ Greaves and Travis Dinsmore. Great run sitting there in the third spot. Andrew Carlson having some struggles with that truck. A couple of spins makes you wonder if maybe he's got something mechanical going on. But we're going to go back to green. We are at the halfway point here in Pro 4. 7 in, 7 to go here. We're going to go back to green flag racing. It's going to be Johnny Greaves when we go green.
Boy, Johnny Greaves takes off instantly right away. CJ trying to duck underneath right away.
CJ trying to tuck in on his dad. Johnny slamming the door saying not happening this go around. So they head into that gravel pit. Looked like Johnny drifting a little high.
Yeah, Johnny, they're two different driving styles between Johnny and CJ Greaves from over the years. I mean, they both know how to wheel a truck, but CJ, he'll be more calm and sit back and chill out and try to make his marks lap after lap. Johnny, he don't care. He'll rotate it in there and try to move forward.
It's coming around the Yokohama barn corner. It is Johnny Greaves leading CJ Greaves. Travis Dinsmore still hanging tight there in that third spot. Podium would be really special for Travis Dinsmore.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you can put it up on top of the box in Crandon, that's the way you want to go. That City Homes Ford is really putting on a show. Oh, here we go.
CJ Greaves possibly missing a shift there. Dinsmore getting around CJ Greaves.
Something definitely wrong for the Monster Energy back number 33, last year's points champion. Well off the pace.
Yeah, and he continues to drop back. Something going on in that truck. And Andrew Carlson sitting there cruising around too, trying to look for a finish. So it looks like we've got a couple of drivers with some issues. And don't forget, we had RJ Anderson and Ross Hook both out with their own mechanical issues.
Johnny Greaves well out in front. I mean, from second on back, Jim, it's just going to be who can get their truck to the finish line first. Man, it's just rough.
Like we said, this was going to be an all-out fist fight here in Pro 4, and it has proved to be so far. Lots of fireworks early on, but right now, Johnny Greaves currently leading us 10 laps of 14 in, 4 laps to go for Johnny Greaves. Big gap over second place Travis Dinsmore, about a 5-second lead it looks like.
Johnny Greaves heading towards the gravel pit here in Crandon, Wisconsin. The braking bumps not really a factor to the Pro 4s. Method race wheels on board. Monster Energy Toyota number 22 is just setting sail.
Great run by Johnny Greaves, hitting his marks, running clean, putting on a show.
Travis Dinsmore again doing a fine job in that number 43 truck. City Homes coming on board last season, really putting a good factor into that race program. Travis, he can drive. He used to run Pro Light, run the buggy division. He knows what it takes to be up front in any kind of class, and he's just putting in the time, Jim. It really takes a lot to learn one of these Pro 4s.
Well, he is definitely learning a lot, running in second place currently. Only a couple laps remaining as we wind down Pro 4. Oh, and Travis Dinsmore up and over.
Oh, just as we say how good he's doing, he went upside down.
Crazy crash there for Dinsmore.
We'll take another look at it, Jim. Travis Dinsmore heading into the final turn, what will be the finish line, and just puts it up on the bike, shoves it almost into the K-rail, touches the K-rail and puts it upside down, and luckily right back on the wheels.
Yeah, and it looked like he was moving around in there trying to get it back into gear to see if he could go again.
Man, that was crazy. It just bucked the truck up in the air and flopped it over.
Yeah, a little flame shooting out of the exhaust there. Looks like Dinsmore's still sitting in there, and it looks like he's trying to get her going again. Man, Crandon and the opening rounds of the year definitely not agreeing with Travis. Well, they're getting the strap out for him. So this race in Pro 4 been a battle of attrition. We've seen Ross Hook, out of the race. RJ Anderson out of the race. Looks like Travis Dinsmore going to be out of the race as well. We got mechanicals with CJ Greaves and Andrew Carlson. They're both trying to limp around the track. Johnny Greaves, the only one I guess still all together, Brent.
Yeah, he's the only one on all 8 cylinders. All 4 tires are underneath him, and it doesn't seem like he has any issues as of right now. But everyone behind him, man, it's not their day. The opening rounds here in Crandon have just been devastating to everyone from second on place back.
Tough break there for Travis Dinsmore. Looks like he's all right. He's moving around in the cockpit of that truck. So we got 12 in. We're trying to go 14. Got a couple of laps left. I guess if you're keeping count, the fast lap of the day was done by R.J. Anderson earlier on. 44.851. But right now, Johnny Greaves, he is winning the battle and the war. Looks like the pace truck pacing looks to be one truck around at this point.
Oh, Johnny's an ass. You want to race?
It's one of those things they say to finish first. First you got to finish. And
yeah.
Looks like we got a few trucks driving around to play catch up there. So we go back to green. It's going to be interesting because CJ Greaves is driving a wounded truck. We've got Andrew Carlson driving a wounded truck. And you got Johnny Greaves with a fresh truck. So the way I'm seeing this thing with 2 to go is Johnny's going to check out, and then we're going to have the battle of the wounded trucks for the second, third podium spot. So watch for the fireworks coming out of second and third.
Yeah, their engines are definitely not up to par. Andrew Carlson, I mean, when CJ Greaves went by on that caution lap, it sounded like it wasn't all on all 8 cylinders. It just didn't sound healthy.
There's so much that goes into a Pro 4, so many technical things and sensors and, you know, gearboxes and, you know, differentials. There's so many little things that can go wrong and just cause everything to get out of whack.
Oh yeah, and it's just amazing how well these trucks handle these conditions, and it's obnoxious just to think how a truck can rotate and go forward that quick.
So Johnny Greaves is going to be leading us back to green, and then you've got CJ Greaves and Andrew Carlson in the second, third spot. Johnny, as we expected, checking out.
Like you called it, Jim, 2 wounded trucks are going to do battle here before we get to the end. Johnny Scooter Greaves still well out front on the restart. He's all healthy.
Carlson hanging tight there with CJ Greaves. We don't know what's the matter with either truck, but they're almost identical speeds at this point.
We're sitting up here trying to figure out, like, okay, are they healthy again or what?
Well, and CJ looks like getting a little extra rotation there. Carlson tucking in underneath, not able to make it stick. Yeah, Johnny, he's already checked out on everybody else. Going in here to the gravel pit corner. Looks like Carlson going to tuck in low. Look at that, Carlson tucking in under CJ, trying to make it happen one more time. Side by side, no momentum on Andrew Carlson's part as the white flag does come out, it looked like.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell in that FXR forward of Andrew Carlson. Are those front wheels really digging? It looks like they're just riding along with the rear, so maybe both of them have that issue. One final time for Johnny Greaves. Oh, one more lap to go, this time by, excuse me.
No, that is the checkered flag for Johnny Greaves. Who's it going to be? Who is the battle of the rest? It is going to be CJ Greaves with the second spot, Andrew Carlson with the third, and what was a crazy, eventful Pro 4 race with only 6 entries. Wow, that one, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless here. Johnny Greaves, your victor here at Crandon. Winning the war today, it is Johnny Greaves, but you know he's going to have his hands full tomorrow with the Cup race. Pro 2 and Pro 4s running earlier on in the day. But we are going to catch up with our winners here in a few minutes. But don't forget, as we wind things down here, we've got Zach Matthews Band live coming at you here from Crandon. So you definitely don't want to miss that. As the racing is over, the party is just getting started here at the 26th Annual Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run. Don't want to miss Zach Matthews on stage live tonight. Was supposed to be at 8 o'clock. I'm assuming it's going to be delayed by just a bit, but I don't know, good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, definitely, and we're at Crandon, Wisconsin. You can't complain about anything. You're at one of the best facilities in the world. I love coming here. Countless years I've been coming back, and I don't know, it's just been a great day, a great crowd on hand throughout the whole Saturday. And remember what Jim was saying, we got to come back for one more day, and to finalize tomorrow, we have that big cup.
Yeah. Qualifying getting started tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 9:45 for those of you here and at home. 10 a.m. we kick things off with the Country Hearth Formula 4x4 and Parsons Classic. That is Wisconsin time. So if you're on the West Coast, that's going to be 8 a.m. If you're on the East Coast, it's going to be 11 a.m. So full slate of races, and we get things really fired up at 6:10 p.m. tomorrow night for that 26th Annual Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge. So lots of action still to come here from Crandon on this amazing Labor Day weekend. Beautiful weather today. We're hoping we have the same stuff coming at you tomorrow because it made for some really fast, really exciting racing.
Taking that top spot, Johnny Greaves. Johnny, I know this type of racing is kind of what you live for. You're talking about the shorter track. You know, going everything and lap after lap, and you've got 2 laps left and you have to restack and regroup. How does that kind of cut down your momentum, or is it, hey, it's a new game plan, I got 2 laps ready to go?
Well, considering the circumstances with those 2 guys struggling with whatever was going on, you know, I knew I had them covered as long as I didn't make any mistakes, because obviously they were both off the pace. So, you know, I just played it cool and kind of enjoyed the ride. And this track is really strange this weekend. I mean, it's so slippery under the dirt. It looks beautiful, but you can't believe how slippery it is. But, you know, the Maxxis tires hooked up like always, and Toyota engines were killing it. You know, Monster, Maxxis, Toyota, Fox Shocks, all my people helping us, VP Fuels, everybody doing a great job. And got to thank the crew. I mean, a lot of Pro 4s out here having trouble, and not this old girl.
Well, you've done it here. I know when we were chatting yesterday, you were saying, hey, this is here. We're here for this weekend, but be prepared for the 50th anniversary weekend coming this fall. I know you don't want to mention that, but can you just give us a little hint what the fans will be seeing?
No.
Oh, man, Johnny. Well, nice run out here. Congratulations taking that top spot in Pro 4. Taking the second spot in Pro 4, CJ Greaves, CJU, and Andrew Carlson, you know, got a little messed up back there. I came over here and I was like, is this your old Pro 4? You're like, no, Tiffany, this is my dad's old Pro 4 that Andrew had last season. So walk us through this. I know your new Pro 4 isn't ready, but this one kind of got you that same spot for second place.
Yeah, Andrew and I both joked around after the race that we thought we were racing Pro 4s and not Pro 2s. I think we both had front diff problems, and we're just chasing the cushion, and you can't believe how slippery it is until you're in two-wheel drive in a Pro 4 that's meant to be four-wheel drive. And I think most of the track I was in fifth gear, fourth or fifth gear. I never even had to downshift. It was so slippery. But Toyota Maxxis tires were hooking up, Method Race wheels, Fox shocks, Mastercraft Impact, keeping us safe out there. And I know my crew will put their heads down tonight, get it back ready for tomorrow, and then we'll go do battle.
Well, I know you got that cup race, so get some sleep, look over your notes. Good luck for you tomorrow. Taking the last spot here in Pro 4 for Saturday is Andrew Carlson. Andrew, just talking to CJ over there, you guys were getting a little tousled. He said it was like you were in Pro 2s and not Pro 4s. Walking us through the weekend, exactly how did you think that the truck was going to run, and then how did it run after this race?
Yeah, you know, we were out here 2 weeks ago doing hole shots and running on the track, and it paid off. I think that was probably one of the bigger launches I've ever had in a hole shot. So Mickey Thompson tires hooking up and Pro Power pulling it all the way through. Pretty cool start to the race. I feel like we really had a good run. I think it was ours to lose. Yeah, just unfortunately lost the front wheel drive, and I think CJ did at the same time. So yeah, I told him if I knew it was going to be a two-wheel drive race, I would have drove the other truck. Yeah, they're just not set up to run in two-wheel drive, so super slippery. But I was kind of hanging back. I had some clunks going on. I didn't really know if I was going to wreck other stuff by keep running. And then all of a sudden I see CJ lost it, so I'm like, well, maybe I can get a second out of this or whatever. But last lap it tightened up a little bit, but I ended up spinning out at the gravel pit. But yeah, it was a fun race. I mean, not the outcome we wanted at all, but I feel like we definitely made a statement, and it's going to be a fun year.
Well, I want to say a big congratulations on that Red Bull hat. I know they're part of the team this year. Who else you like to thank?
You know, everybody that's helping out of the team. Keith, Race, Derek, Chad, my dad, just everybody. Red Bull, Mickey Thompson Tires, FXR, Fox Shocks, everyone that's helping us out this year, Plascolite, PMC, everybody at the shops busting their tail, trying to get all the trucks ready, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared. Just need a little more luck tomorrow.
Well, I know you're going to get some more luck for you tomorrow. Big congratulations to you, Andrew Carlson, and the top 3 finishers in Pro 4. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And yeah, just a great way to cap off the day. I know we're running a little bit behind. Thanks to everybody who hung out, stayed out, whether you're tuning in online or you were here in person here in Crandon. Just an amazing Pro 4 race. Before we let you go, we are going to recap this Pro 4 race.
Pro 4, 900 plus horsepower coming into the famous Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1, Jim.
Andrew Carlson and one of the green trucks out for a long hole shot hook into the wall hard in the number 10. And number 15 FXR on rails right now. Learned a lot from the Greaves last season in his very first year, and now he is putting on a clinic. He has Johnny and CJ Greaves, the teacher, in his rearview mirror.
Johnny Greaves still running in the second spot. Earlier contact with Andrew Carlson. CJ Greaves finds himself in third.
Oh, look at that. Big mistake there by Johnny Greaves. You don't see that very often.
Boy, CJ Greaves and that Monster Energy Toyota Maxxis tires.
Oh, man. And both of them go around. Right now, the beneficiary of all of that madness is the number 22 of Johnny Greaves.
Boy, Johnny Greaves takes off instantly right away. CJ trying to duck underneath right away.
CJ trying to touch it on his dad. Johnny slamming the door saying not happening this go around.
Really?
Oh, look at that.
Show. Oh, here we go.
CJ Greaves possibly missing a shift there. Dinsmore getting around CJ Greaves.
Johnny Greaves well out in front. I mean, from second on back, Jim, it's just going to be who can get their truck to the finish line first.
Oh, and Travis Dinsmore up and over.
Just as we see how good he's doing, he went upside down.
Carlson hanging tight there with CJ Greaves. We don't know what's the matter with either truck, but they're almost identical speeds at this point. Now that is the checkered flag for Johnny Greaves. Looks like we've got our top 3 finishers getting some hardware on the podium here at Crandon. Andrew Carlson, CJ Greaves, and the legend Johnny Greaves. rounding out your podium, Johnny Greaves, adding one more to the resume, one more to the potential Hall of Fame career, or I guess, I don't know. I don't even want to say potential. You know he's going to be a Hall of Famer at some point.
Well, yeah, definitely. He knows what he's doing every year and putting CJ in a good spot to keep the legacy alive. And Johnny showed him, man, and what's up again.